is the Infinity Summit Group. Truth, passion, success.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Infinity Summit Group podcast. Today's October 3rd, 2022. It's been a second since we podcasted. We were a little bit busy last week, but here we are. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Noah.
Xavier.
Logan.
Jesse.
And today we're going to be talking a little bit about my experience in Florida. I just went down and got, we'll say, inspected to become an instructor for ATP, Airline Transport Professionals. And it was an interesting experience, and I passed. So here I am back.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Thank you.
We got to do a celebration.
Oh, I'm going to be doing lots of celebrating. I'm going on vacation this Friday. Gone from Friday to Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, he is going to Arizona. Huh?
No babies, no nothing. Oh, yeah. Tammy and I are going to have a good time.
What are you doing in Arizona? Just laying back, taking it
Yeah,
easy?
laying back, having some drinks, chilling by the pool. Sounds like a pretty nice resort they're putting us up in. So
nice.
should be a good time. And then I think they've got some events planned for us, but we've got like 2 full days of free time. I'm going to go see one of my crewmates that I went with up in California because he lives down there.
Oh, nice. So who's they? Is this like
It's Tammy's company.
Oh, they just sort of like here's
They voted her as one of the top people, and so she got into the what's it called President's Club, and so they get to go on a paid vacation.
That's sick.
Yeah, and
Very
they get to
nice.
bring a +1. Happened to be
fun.
me.
Yeah.
Well, honored.
Whoa.
Right?
That's a shocker. No,
Well,
that's
she
awesome,
could have
though.
chose anyone, but yeah.
Right, but
Yeah.
her husband.
I don't care, dude.
Fuck.
Look, it's not my vacation until she says it's my vacation. That was hers. She earned, you know.
Fair enough.
Right.
I'm not gonna hold it against her. She's like, I want to bring a girlfriend, you know.
Are you guys fighting?
No.
Is this what you're telling us, brother?
No, we're pretty chilling
This is
right now.
actually an interjection.
Yeah.
Or
Intervention. This is AA.
Same shit.
AA, Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah. I was going to say AAA, but that shit didn't make sense.
This is insurance.
Yeah.
No.
So either way, you went to Florida. You survived a hurricane.
Yes, I went to
What's that
Florida.
about?
Flew out of a hurricane. Flew out of the clouds of the hurricane, but it was on the outskirts, so it's not as serious as you guys think. But it was still sketchy. Like when we were landing coming across the country to Alabama, we were I think we were landing in crosswinds that were about 21, 22 knots, and the airplane I was flying is tested and is rated for up to 17 knots. So
How fast is that?
1 knot is like 1.1, 1.2 miles an hour, I think.
Yeah.
So a knot is just a little faster than miles an hour. So we were probably landing in crosswinds that were about 24, 25 miles an hour. And the airplane's rated for like 18, 19.
And
So-
were you the flyer?
Yes and no. I wasn't flying when we landed it. I was flying with an instructor, and he wanted to take the landings. So I was like, okay. But we had crews that were just two in-dock students. So we're instructors, but we don't have as many hours as these other guys who are instructing us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so whoever the instructors were in, they landed and took off and stuff in these winds. But there was like 3 planes that just had student instructors in it.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, so we were essentially test pilots because we were landing in higher crosswinds than they're rated for. Not that you can't, and it's going to break the plane, but it's just sketchy because you haven't tested that much.
Yeah.
Just for the listeners, I want to know how harsh is like miles per hour when the wind's doing it? Like say 20-mile winds.
That's rough.
That's a lot.
Dude, you're getting 20-mile winds, that's rough.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, that's rough for the big planes, too. I think their max rating a lot of times is like 25 knots.
Okay, and that's the most they're supposed to handle.
Right.
Okay.
Or the most that they can under the rules of the airlines or whatever. Planes are not meant to fly in very strong crosswinds, so it's sketchy when you do. So the fact that we were landing in them was a little sketch. Like both me and the instructor were sweating it as we were coming into land. And so I was hovering on the controls in case he fucked up, and he was going in and landing it. So, yeah, it was fun. But we made it.
Almost Hollywood situations.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we're coming in cockeyed, like sideways, to land, and then you land one wheel first, and then the other wheel, and then the front wheel.
Just add some suspenseful music.
Yeah.
Good.
It's fun. It's got to be the best damn pirate I've ever seen. No, it's fun. When we watched the other crew take off in front of us, their wings are just rocking like crazy. The whole plane just rocking back and forth. In
That's
the
gotta be
wind.
so scary.
So we're like, all right, let's do this.
That's
We had to get these planes to safety because they're worried about their assets. These are $400,000 or $500,000 assets that we're taking and transporting out of harm's way as instructors, and so it also gave us a lot of rapport with the higher ups. So they're like, thank you a million times. Like, we couldn't have done it without you, kind of thing. Everyone else evacuated Florida the day before, and then we evacuated as the hurricane was on top of us.
So while you were instructing, or while you were going through this, were you basically instructing the instructor so the
Yes.
instructor knows that you
that I
pass?
can instruct. Yep.
Right. Okay.
And that I can fly from the right seat, that I'm going to be safe. That's the biggest thing. Can you be safe, and can you land the plane? That was the biggest thing. And then outside of that, can you get the maneuvers correct? Are they within commercial pilot standards from the right seat instead of the left seat, which is what you've flown most of your career, right? Because the left seat's technically the pilot. The right seat's going to be the instructor. So I'm going to be flying right seat for the next however many hundreds of hours.
So it's like American style. Like, you drive on the left.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. And all your systems, everything is set up for that left seat. So when you're on the right seat, you have to look over to the left to fly.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, and everything looks a little off. It's pretty dang fun though, and now I can fly either one comfortably. I'm not even worried about it.
So now do you have to go do instructing hours basically?
Yeah.
To get to where you can be a commercial pilot.
I am a commercial pilot.
You already are.
Yes. So I am a commercially rated pilot in single and multi-engine aircraft.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do with that commercial license is go be a instructor, which was another couple of licenses I had to get. So I'll be an instructor using my commercial license, and I'll be able to get paid to fly. So that's what I'll be doing from here on out. Is I'm no longer paying to fly; I get paid to fly.
Nice.
Yeah. So from here on out, I'm a professional pilot, and now what I'm doing is building up my hours to that 1,500 mark, so that I can go to the airlines and get one more rating. It's called the ATP rating. It's the best of the best, highest of the highest pilots. It's an airline transport pilot rating. And so that's what I'll be getting next.
And
And
you have
then-
to have how many hours for that?
1,500.
In the air.
Mm-hmm.
What does that consist of? Like, what is the next?
The next test basically is going to be me going somewhere in the country, going in full range simulators. They're called level 4 simulators, where they have full range of motion, screens, everything. So it's like I'm flying this plane.
Okay.
And you can actually get currency. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm going to be doing a check ride in a simulator.
So it's a game, kind of.
Yes, kind of, but it's going to be an expensive game.
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering how it's different than all the other tests that you've done.
The next time basically after that rating, the first time I'm in a big plane is going to be with passengers.
Oh, really?
As far as I know, yeah.
Wow.
Because I'll just be doing simulator, the full level 4
Oh,
sim.
so simulators for the big
Yes,
planes.
yes,
Oh, okay, I
big
see.
plane
Now I'm-
simulator.
Now I'm
Exactly.
catching on.
They're pretty big. They're like 12 feet in the air, massive compartments that you go in. It's pretty cool.
So they don't give you a real big plane. They just give you a sim plane, and then they throw you on a real big plane
Yes,
with people.
as far as I understand, yes.
They don't even let you drive a big one.
Sounds
They're
like
just
fucking
but-
logic.
But I'll be in there with a captain. I'll be a first
Right.
officer. He'll be the captain, and then we'll go from there. And he's going to support me and teach me if I fuck up on anything and let me know. And I'm sure there's going to be one or two people riding behind us too that analyze and make sure I'm doing
Yeah.
a good job, following checklists, things like that.
So after you finish this, the next thing is going to be from becoming the first
First officer.
to a captain.
Yes, and then a captain, and then I can move up to another airline that's more bigger or international, and do first officer, then captain, and then you can just go up the chain. And I might end up going into cargo. The dude who was talking to us this weekend, he said, this is like a higher up in ATP, the vice president, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you airline pilots are going to make stupid money. You're going to sit there and just start laughing because you're making so much money. And
With cargo?
just the airline pilots. And then he said, and the airline pilots will make ridiculously more money than you guys.
Wait, the cargo
Like,
pilots.
Cargo pilots make more.
Okay. Why?
Which is,
That
I don't
is
know.
so weird because
I
you
don't
got
know.
humans' lives
Right?
at stake.
You'd think it would be way more, but no, he said he was talking to a cargo pilot one time, and his salary was $720,000.
Holy shit.
Like, what the
Wow.
fuck? Yeah. And he's probably working 80 hours a month.
What?
Dude, it's stupid money. Starting out at a lot of the airlines right now, the lowest amount I saw was 90 an hour.
That's not bad at all.
And I'll be doing a minimum of 75 hours. I'll be getting paid for a minimum of 75 hours a month. And then if I work anything over that, it's overtime. Like flying wise. And then a lot of them are paying starting like 150 an hour, 450 an hour, like stupid money for starting. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they still have those promotions when I get there.
Right.
You know, because a lot of them I saw before were starting at like 50 grand a year or something like that, with benefits and all this. But yeah, if I could, right now you're making 6 figures a year your first year,
Pretty damn.
whether you work or not, pretty much,
Yeah.
because you're guaranteed to be paid a certain amount or for a certain amount of hours per month.
It's okay. So it's like a salary, basically.
Yeah. Plus hourly, whatever you fly, kind of thing.
Oh, you do plus hourly too.
Well, it's like salary up to 75 hours, and
Okay.
then if you work over 75 hours, you get overtime, pretty
Gotcha.
much. And then you get per diem, like when you're away from home, you get paid and things like that, you know.
Paid vacations probably and stuff.
Yeah, probably all of it. I'm hoping to get on with an airline while I'm still at ATP, so I can start building seniority, start getting what is it? Like their benefits. I think I can get flight benefits while I'm still an instructor at an airline, and then have all their insurance benefits, everything. So
Sick.
yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna look into it more, but should be a fairly good gig. I feel like I've been just postponing my future for so many years for this, and now I'm excited for it to actually start moving forward. You know?
Now it's in the
Yeah.
headlights.
Yeah. Now it's finally there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I just got to make it these 2 years without royally fucking up. So don't get ill, or like I can't get any illness that would revoke my medical. Can't be crashing any planes or getting fired, you know, and can't do anything stupid like get a DUI for a stupid reason or something like that.
Okay.
So I'll be playing it extra smart for a while.
So what does the health thing do? Like, what happens if you do get sick? I mean, they're not
Like-
gonna kick you out. They're just gonna say, hey, like, take a couple weeks or something, right?
Right. It's not just sickness in general. It's like, oh, you have cancer.
Oh.
Or
gotcha.
oh, you have this life-threatening something. You have this. You have seizures, like any of that, and you're fucked. I won't be able to fly an airliner or
I
a
mean,
plane
yeah.
ever again.
I
yeah.
wouldn't want my pilot to have
Right.
like seizures.
Exactly.
Be like, no, I'm good.
Exactly. So that's
Very so funny.
that's just things I get to take care of my body and just be healthy and be smart about it the next few years
So are they the expected is 2 years that you'll be
or less.
until you're in fucking big planes?
Yes.
That's insane, dude.
And
awesome.
it could be sooner. It just depends on what I'm wanting to do, because I think some of the cargos, just the smaller plane cargo ones, will take you at like 750 hours, 1,000 hours, 1,200 hours.
Huh.
And then I could build time doing that and then go get into a big-ass plane. There was people going straight out of ATP into Airbus A320s, like big planes.
Ah.
Because they came to ATP and they're like, hey, we need pilots for these big boys. They said, okay, we'll send some students, see how they do, and they finished top 4 in their class.
Nice.
And there was 4 of them. Yeah.
Damn, I want to be a pilot, kind of.
I'll
I know
let you
that's-
know.
Listening to this, I'm like, oh, damn. I know what I'm doing for the next 2 years.
It's been fucking hard, but it's worth it. Like, if you do your studying and focus on your flights, like getting your maneuvers right and stuff, this is literally the hardest part is training for it. After that, and being an instructor, because I'll have to show them how to do it, but after that, my whole career is going to be pushing a couple buttons, taking off, push the autopilot button, and then turn off the autopilot, land when the computer tells me to. Like, it's going to be such an easy career.
That's insane.
Yeah. Just gotta and follow checklists like word for word. Check this, check this, check. You know, that's like gonna be my whole career.
So you're probably gonna get fat.
I might. A lot of pilots get a little chunky,
Which
no,
is good.
I got to figure out how to stay skinnier. Gotta
And
stay
it's a
healthy.
good job because
It's not gonna hurt my body. I'll just get skin cancer. It's okay.
yeah, worth it.
So what was that thing with skin cancer? I remember we talked about
So
that for a while ago.
you have less. You're gonna be up in the higher atmospheres, and so you're gonna have less atmosphere to protect you from UV radiation, and so most every pilot gets parts of their skin cut off from time to time because they get skin cancer.
How do you know if it's coming? Like, what are the like?
Like a mole will start growing massively, you know, and then you're like, oh, that looks bad, or it's a dark brown spot that like grows, and
You can just cut it out and it's not life threatening.
right. For the most part, it's possible you can get life-threatening shit, but for the most part, pilots just get shit cut off them, and then they're good. Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's probably better than going to like an oil rig or some shit.
Yeah.
Like mining where you get
Yeah,
all that dust and shit.
Right now is the hardest and most dangerous part of being a pilot, the training and instructing. And then once I'm at the airlines, it's literally go, push a button, you fly a straight line to where you're going, descend, land, and just do that all the time. Yep. And then get to see new places, have good drinks, hang out, whatever.
Fuck hookers.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
But that is a possibility for a lot of pilots. It's a very slutty industry.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like everybody and their mom just fucks everybody.
What?
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's how like I think a lot of workplaces are. It's just like everybody's just around.
Yeah. So it's interesting. You have stays in random countries, random hotels, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit's gonna go down. Not with this guy, but it's known as a very interesting industry that way. I'm in it.
That's right.
I'm in it for the views, office views, and the money, baby.
Office views.
Yeah, the plane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So
What the fuck is that?
should be fun. It's rice.
You get to travel. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
one of the.
That's what I'm
sickest parts,
excited
too.
for because I'll be able to go. I think most any airline, just sit on standby and travel wherever I want in the world.
Yeah.
For
that's
free.
great.
So it's not even like free tickets. You just like. So standby is where you
Yeah.
basically get to sit, and if there's no seats on the plane, you get to go, right?
Yeah, if someone hasn't bought a seat, then you go on that seat, kind of thing. And then I think I get special perks where I can get some tickets free throughout the year, or I get heavily discounted tickets, and my family can get heavily discounted tickets. There's some pretty good perks to it.
It's pretty sweet.
Massive bonuses. I think my sign-on bonus, if I sign up for an airline while I'm instructing still, I'll get like 10 or 15 grand in tuition reimbursement money. So to start, and then a lot of the airlines offer like 120 or 150,000 over the first few years being at the airline. It's interesting.
Fucking hell.
Should be fun. Yeah.
So when do you have to retire? Because I heard there's like
65.
a certain age. 65.
They're trying to increase it to 67. But if all goes well, my investments will pay more than my airline career.
Yeah.
And that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can make more than $1 million in 10 years, then you're sitting pretty. I think the average was like $2 million in your first 10 years. Your total like salary.
With being a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
Yeah. Got to get there first.
Yeah.
Right now it's going to be like, I'll be making like, I don't know, $2,500 a month probably. No, I think it'd be more than that. Probably close to $3 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, not much, but worth it, I guess.
Yeah.
Just got to delay it another little while.
Oh yeah.
A little bit longer. That's sweet though.
Yep. From here on out until I get to the airlines, the person in the other seat will always be trying to kill me.
That's a great point.
And I just get to stop them from doing that. Easy job.
That sounds a little suspect.
Yeah, that's what they told us. They're like, your guys' job is not to teach. Your guys' job is to be safe and get the plane on the ground in one piece. That's why we hire you guys.
Yeah.
You know? Like teaching is great beyond that. Like your student needs to learn and stuff, but your first and foremost job is to be safe.
save your own life.
Yep.
basically.
Make sure you and the student come back alive, and the plane comes back in one piece, and then you're good to go.
They don't give a shit about you guys. They care about their planes.
Yeah, I know. Which I mean, it's an asset, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So of course you're gonna care about your planes, but they also don't want to deal with all the lawsuits and things like
Yeah.
that can happen, and do happen. They've had 4 fatal crashes in the history of their company.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
How
one
long have they
of
been
them was the
around?
one at Ogden, 35 years, and they've got like, I think they said they have 700 instructors right now.
Fuck.
That is a
They're
shit.
all over the country.
Yeah.
I think they have 70-something locations all over the country.
And only 4?
Only 4 fatal crashes. They've had a lot of crashes.
Still.
But it's
that's
a
good.
training company. You're gonna have crashes.
Are they instantly like kicked off the fucking program if they crash?
The student sometimes isn't. The instructor absolutely. If there's any damage to that plane, your instructor's gone. I think we can damage tires and not be fired, but it still can get sketchy.
Shit.
Yeah, but
Good luck.
at that point, you just go on with another company if you need to. I know
Oh,
a lot.
okay, do you?
I know of a lot of people who do that. Yeah, they just ATP fired me for this and this. I'm like, oh, we wouldn't do that. You're hired. You know. ATP is super strict with it, but they also have really good numbers, and they like to keep them that way. So
Yeah.
All right, here's a like off the wall question, but like if you were like say rich and you had your own private plane, could you have your own private airport at your like house?
oh yeah,
You can.
dude, you can make an airport.
Okay.
Yeah, if
I was
you have
just wondering
land-
if legally you have to go through like an airport that they have,
No, there's private airports everywhere.
like Heber kind of.
Yeah, Heber, like all throughout the Midwest, everything. There's private. The airport, it'll show an airport how long it is, and it'll say private. So you can't use it unless you have their authority, or or you pay them or whatever. Unless you have an emergency, then you can land on whatever you want.
That would be sick. There's a
Yeah.
guy up over. Do you know where Rockport is?
Yeah.
There's a guy that lives right by Rockport that has a helicopter in his front lawn.
I've seen that, dude.
It's so cool. I used to
Sway
drive
sick.
past it every morning to
Heck
get to work,
yeah.
and I'm like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
He's got a helicopter, and he like takes off,
Mm-hmm.
just flies
So
away.
cool.
What?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Goals,
That would be sick.
dude. Adar just got her helicopter license.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. So
We'll see if she can keep continuing on.
what do you mean?
They put out a GoFundMe
Oh,
for her licensing. They're trying to raise like $155,000.
okay.
So I don't know if that means she's run out of money or she doesn't want to get student loans, which are shitty, or all of the above.
And you got student loans, right?
I sort of did. I got a private loan.
Funding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's
Does-
expensive.
Does ATP just do airplanes, or do they do helicopter as well?
They just do airplane.
Just airplane.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but there's schools up at Ogden that do helicopter,
That's
and out in West Jordan, I believe, that do helicopter. Mm-hmm.
sick.
Yeah. And you do pretty much all the same stuff in helicopter as an airplane.
Yeah.
Airplanes are just faster usually. Like helicopters, you'll still get 200-300 miles an hour in them. You can. Airplanes, there's just higher end airplanes that go faster.
Would you ever be interested if they like? I don't know. I guess you don't want to join the military, but to
Mm.
drive like a fighter jet,
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
it'd be so cool.
That'd be so cool. And I'll bet you I'd be one of the people they'd hire too. If they were drafting, they're
Yeah.
like, we need more fighter plane pilots. Look who has a pilot license. Oh, this guy's a pilot license. Let's
Yeah.
draft him. You know?
Do you have like good numbers compared, or is it not
Yeah.
like that?
Like if it was me versus you, you don't have any pilot licenses,
oh
right?
yeah.
That would be the only difference.
Well, I mean, like other people that do have licenses, do they just look at the license, or do they look at people's numbers and?
yeah, they
how
probably
well they
look at your
performed.
hours and performance, all that. Yeah.
How tall you are as well.
Yeah.
Because Dalton wanted to be a fighter pilot, and they said, "Nah, you're too tall."
Oh, you have to be shorter.
Yeah, because if you're too tall,
Got to fit
when
in
they
the cockpit.
do
and
the
everything.
G things, when their G's go way high,
The
the blood
G-force.
can't reach their head, and
Oh.
so shorter people it can reach their head.
Have you seen that like simulator where they get in, the G-force comes and it like makes them
Yeah.
look old as hell?
Yeah.
How does that happen? Like, why?
because it's called centrifugal force. You know, like, have you ever spun something around really quick, or even spun your arm around real quick?
Crack the whip.
Yeah,
Pulling the blood out of
yeah.
your face.
G force means the force of gravity. 1G is what we experience all the time. So G forces, the more you have, it's as if you're on a planet with 4 times the gravity or something, and so your face is going to be pulled in that direction.
Okay.
That's why. That's
crazy.
why it happens.
Get on a planet where your whole face
Yeah.
is just sagging constantly.
Yeah, so if we had 4 times the gravity, it would be like you weighed 800 pounds. And so your whole face would be all, ooh.
So what does that mean? Like, if you got on, like, the moon, do you think your face would be like...
it would be a little bit lighter, yeah. Because it has, what? I don't know how much gravity, but less than the Earth.
-2
Yeah.
G-forces or whatever.
Yeah, it's less than the Earth, but it's not like a ton less, I don't think.
Not considerably.
But, yeah.
That's sick
interesting
as
stuff.
fuck, though.
Yeah, it's been fun. It was fun. Like we flew out of there really, really close, we'll say. And me and the instructor and one set of students got delayed by 2 hours behind the rest of the group, and so we were under the storm when we flew out. It was fun. We flew directly up, popped into clouds and rain.
Yeah.
We were flying right through that, and then, ended up popping up between 2 cloud layers and just flying through there. It was sick.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think they all left when the storm was like 20, 25 miles away. And we left when it was 10 miles over us. It's crazy. They told us, upper management told us, if you guys aren't off the ground in like 10 minutes, you're not getting off the ground. So we headed out of there quick. That other student crew had an issue with their plane, so we were getting it fixed. That's why we were delayed. And they wanted one instructor to stay behind, and my instructor happened to choose to be the one. So,
Of course.
yep,
Nice.
Lone Wolf McGee. So it was fun, good times.
It'll be a good story for your autobiography, though.
Yes, of course. And then we went out to Alabama, finished our flight training, and then flew all the way back too. And I flew some of the way there, and then all the way back on autopilot. Boop. And then I just sit there, watch for traffic. Yeah.
Traffic in the sky.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even see one. It was so nice.
Do you think if they ever asked you, like, with the proposal, just been like, hey, do you want to, like, join, like, not the Air Force, but what's the space?
Space Force?
Yeah. Like, like flying,
Mm-mm.
you wouldn't?
I wouldn't want to do any of that. That would mean I'm leaving my family. Just leaving them for this week was hard.
Yeah.
You know? You miss shit when you're not there. And that's one of my highest priorities is I want to be there. As an airline pilot, I'm going to be gone for 3-4 days at a time, but then I'll be here completely 3-4 days
I
at a
thought
time.
they had to leave, like, for weeks.
For some of the training, I might.
Okay.
But I don't think, unless I'm going international, they might have me leave like a week and a half, you know?
So if you're, like, posted in Utah, and that's where you live, they generally send you back to where you live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends. I know there's going to be delayed times, or they'll have me like, you're flying solid 3 or 4 days. But I can't fly more than 8 hours a day, I don't think.
That's, like, legal.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of legal shit with the airlines because you gotta have those pilots as rested as possible and as alert as possible because you've got 300 people's lives in your hands. You know?
So if you show up from a night of partying for your, they're like, nope.
They probably
Next.
fire you.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yep. You can't have any alcohol in your system. None of that. So the most I'd probably be doing is like have a glass of whiskey the night before or something and then make sure I'm just good and ready to go. You got to have, legally, I can't have any alcohol 8 hours prior to flying, and my blood alcohol content has to be less than 0.04.
Which is like,
It's half the
Yeah.
driving legal limit, yeah.
Well, fuck yeah. Any alcohol while flying should be
Right. And so,
not just
and so I won't
0.04.
I won't be doing that, yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. They're very strict on fucking everything.
What about weed?
the same.
Weed's
Probably,
a
right?
no-go.
Bruh.
Yeah, weed counts as a narcotic, and they will definitely not
Do they
allow that.
do they do drug testing?
I don't know about the airlines. I would imagine so. I don't think a lot of the instructing places do, but I still don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah.
If a crash happens or any sort of incident, that I need a report or whatever, they might drug test you. So it's like, nope, not even worth it. Until I have in my pilot regulations something that says if you consume marijuana, you must wait X amount of hours before flying.
Gotcha. And other than that, you're not even gonna fuck with it.
Nope.
Which is smart.
Yeah, I'm playing this smart. I got to get there. First, pay back all of my dues, and become successful before I start fucking around with anything.
Right on.
Do a line of coke before you go to the
Just be wired.
There's a lot of that shit.
coke.
Nicotine, cocaine, alcohol.
I can
like-
imagine coke because you're just freaking wired.
Yeah. There was when I was down at CFI school, there was a kid talking to me about his, like when he was a steward for the planes. What do they call him?
Waitress
Yeah.
or
I think a steward.
Yeah.
fucking I don't know.
Anyway. Yeah, he was a steward and flight attendant. There you go. He's a flight attendant, and they do coke, drugs, whatever, alcohol. Just come in hungover as fuck. Like, didn't matter to him.
That's crazy
Like-
as hell.
Yeah, like holy shit, dude. That's
Well, I
wild.
guess it wouldn't matter because
They're not flying.
yeah, they just walk around.
Yeah, just walk around and do
Do
their
some
job.
water,
Yeah. So
pretzels.
pretty crazy. It sounded like. Told me all sorts of whack stories that they did, but
That'd be fun to be a flight attendant.
they get paid very well too, and they get benefits too.
Okay.
I think very similar benefits, like all the insurance and free flights and things like that.
They do, and their kids do. Like Hudson, the girl that I'm with, she gets standby, so she
Yeah.
gets standby flights.
Let's see.
So
Cool.
you just sit there till there's an empty seat and roll out.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wouldn't be fun for a career, but it'd be cool to just be able to
You
fly
can do it part
everywhere.
time and still have another career, dude.
Yeah.
Flight attendant?
Betcha.
You think so?
Yeah. I'm sure they would accept part time flight attendants. Probably accept any flight attendants at this point. You know?
Yeah.
It's like shit. But I think a lot of them can make $90K plus a year,
Yeah, that's it.
so it's not bad
Yeah.
with full benefits.
It would be a significant increase in pay
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
from where I currently am, at least.
Yeah. But why just 90K? When one step away, you could be making fucking 700 goddamn.
Well, it's probably a lot
Racks.
harder to be a pilot.
No training, really?
Yeah, you don't do any training really.
You just get to hop on and hand people pretzels and shit?
Yep.
I can just go
people
make
snacks.
90K real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then as a flight attendant, if you go and be a flight attendant for like 3 years, I think it is, a lot of them have flight school programs where they'll pay for or supplement your flight school to become an airline pilot. So I know a lot of people who do
That'd
that.
be cool.
And then you already know a lot of the regulations as a flight attendant. So,
That's actually not a bad idea.
yeah.
No, and 90K is a fair bit of money to get paid.
I don't know that you'll start at that, but
No, but
I think that's like
It's
flight
optional.
attendant median pay.
Hmm.
I don't know though,
Yeah.
100%. So, got some dang good jobs you can do, for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Not to diverge, but we were talking about World War III and different things that were going on, like right before we started. So, what do you guys
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, what's going on out there?
Russia and Ukraine. The Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines were blown up.
In Russia?
No, that was connecting.
they are Russian oil pipes.
Yeah,
though.
Russian, German, all that. But basically, it was Russia's way of supplying oil
Yeah.
and gas. So
Who
they got
blew 'em up?
sabotaged.
Who blew them up?
Russia's blaming the United States because Joe Biden literally announced that he would put an end to it if they invaded Ukraine. But then the West is blaming Russia, and NATO actually formally came out and blamed Russia. So it's like, that's pretty fucking gay. And then
Mhm.
Ukraine is filing to join NATO.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a speed track. Yeah, they officially sent the documents for it.
Shit.
So basically, the USA is getting involved.
Didn't Russia
We've
just...
been
Yeah,
involved.
we've been. Didn't Russia already say that if Ukraine joins NATO, they're dropping a nuke on them?
Well, they're going to anyways.
They've been threatening nukes for a while.
Yeah. Whoever drops a nuke is gay. Now nobody can drop a nuke.
And then Putin annexed four states?
Something like that.
Basically 4 areas in Ukraine that says it's now Russian territory. But then
Wow.
Ukraine took it back yesterday. So either way, it's just
It's my territory.
bunch of
no, it's my
childs.
territory.
yeah. And that's it.
Wow.
I know Russian TV. They were saying they made like an animated thing of dropping a nuke by London to make a tsunami that would, or by England to just get rid of England, basically.
Well, did you see how they're actually moving their nukes around and
Not
activated their nukes, and then they're moving. It was a submarine nuke, and they're taking it to fucking God knows where. But
You know what also I learned?
remember
is-
how I was claiming they're gonna drop them not too long ago?
Yeah.
Well, forever ago.
Yep.
Getting there.
Might
I
happen.
reckon they're gonna go off.
You know radiation is optional on a nuke? I didn't know that.
I have no
What?
idea, but
Yes, it is on purpose that radiation that they have.
Why would you
radiation.
ever do that? You're ruining the space, like Chernobyl. Which
exactly.
I actually looked and
Are
see if
you
could
sure about
buy-
that?
That's
Because like
true.
radiation is a byproduct of splitting a fucking atom, right?
Right, and they can make it not have radiation. I
Like,
don't know.
Smart
Let's
people
put
shit,
some
dude.
filters on this bomb.
I'll
Probably.
look up and see,
Put
but I'm
some-
pretty positive it's intentional radiation
the
now.
fuck? Well, the first nukes, like the ones we dropped, I know the radiation wasn't like foreseen how much it would cause, how much damage it would cause. But that's
Mhm.
wild. If they can filter it out, put some extra strong carbon filters on there or something. I don't know.
So how long is the space ruined? Because like I was looking up, I was just watching a documentary and it talked about Chernobyl, and it was like, you won't be able to live here for ever. It's like, okay,
It's a long while.
but you can actually buy land in Chernobyl. I looked it up.
Really?
Want some irradiated land?
Yeah, I mean,
I think
probably
most of it's
wouldn't,
safe
but-
at this point.
You think so?
It's got safe radiation levels. Yeah, people
It
people
said
get
like 1,000
tours
years.
through it
1,000 years, they said it would
before it's non-radiated anymor.
like that. It's livable. Before it's livable, that's what they said. But
Have you seen the pictures of the animals that come out of there?
mm-mm.
Wait,
They-
Fuck, dude.
how they mess.
Oh yeah.
But like, how long does, like, is it Hiroshima?
Yeah.
Is that space livable, or do they
Think
just
so.
like not touch it?
Pretty sure it's livable.
Ew.
You looking up the animals come out of
the
Chernobyl?
little, the
Yeah.
poor little animals.
Yeah, dude, they're fucked.
Are they just got like
'Cause the
three eyes
radiation-
or what?
Yeah, radiation messed with your DNA. So it tells your body, hey, make these things instead of these things.
That's so wild.
Oh yeah, dude.
Let me see.
Scroll through that.
Oh my goodness. No.
A cow with those heads?
Yeah.
That stuff happens naturally too, but the radiation doesn't help.
That's sus, though.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta be all careful, like for sure.
There's not a ton of them. I don't see.
No,
much.
like the radiation levels that are in Chernobyl itself, not bad. But if you're like in the nuclear plant, is it can be bad.
Oh yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it is wild.
But yeah, either way, that's what's happening.
Hmm.
And obviously a lot more, but we could just talk about it for hours.
Does anybody know who replaced the Queen? Was it like Prince Henry or whatever?
I don't know.
I don't
It's
either.
gonna be the old guy.
Yeah,
Right?
that looked half dead already.
Wait, no, didn't he die?
Prince Philip?
Already?
Yeah, I thought he passed away recently.
Maybe.
Bro, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Someone. We haven't been under their rule in a while, so I don't care.
Thank God.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
Although it is good to know world leaders, especially one as powerful as that.
The
But
Queen. Did you know she owns all the dolphins, or she did
all the dolphins,
all the dolphins in like a certain amount of areas?
I
And
believe
she
it.
owns like London streets. I don't know. There's like weird shit that she just owns for no reason. Like
Yeah.
all the
Queen?
bat colonies, they're
Hmm.
hers. Weird.
What?
bats are mine, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Just weird shit. She's like, yeah, all the bats are mine. So
Yeah, she owned a lot of stuff because very wealthy.
Yeah.
Much monies with that.
Yeah, but she wasn't a politician. She was just a face.
Mm-hmm.
wasn't
She was a respected face.
isn't that family like one of the richest on the planet?
Probably. I don't know though.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. They've been wealthy since they did their pillaging and took out like the Roman Empire and stuff. I think they're the ones who took down the Roman Empire,
Yeah.
like Britain,
I don't know.
England, all that, and then they just became one. They owned
That's
like
sick, though.
most of the world at one point.
Did they?
Like
Yeah.
a lot, dude.
How many people?
The British
did that?
Empire? Oh yeah.
Well, because it was like the British Empire, and then not Attila, but what was that one guy? Who we're all supposedly descendants of.
Oh yeah.
Genghis Khan.
Genghis
Yes,
Khan.
thank you.
Yeah.
He was before the British Empire, I believe.
Well, I know, but like, hasn't this happened so many times where they're like they own most of the planet and then they die,
And they don't.
and then they don't.
Britain's motto for a long time was "the sun never sets on the British Empire." So they had, they had a place all over the world, so the sun would never set on the land that they owned.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wasn't Boris Johnson the guy over there?
I think he still is.
Boris
No.
Johnson.
Prime Minister?
Yeah, he stepped.
Did he step
I
down?
thought he stepped down.
Better find that out for sure.
I-
Before we
I
go
do know
spitting
that-
facts.
I do know this is a fact that Ukraine and Russia had a peace deal. Then Boris Johnson flew over and said, "No, don't sign it." Fucking
Interesting.
jackasses.
Bro, more war equals extra money.
I know. So we can all
There
go.
was something I was
die.
watching Legend of Korra, and on one part they said, if you can't make money during a war, you just don't know how to make money.
There
And I'm
you
like,
go.
that's so true.
Yeah, dude, he stepped down.
Oh.
It's the new prime minister of the UK is Liz Truss.
I don't care about them.
Yeah,
Have you seen like the president
September
of Ireland?
6th.
He looks like what's that mini dude that's in Always Sunny? He's like short.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, he looks like Danny DeVito. No shit.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Like Prime Minister of Ireland or some shit. He's
funny.
just a small little short dude that's like old and white hair.
Ew.
It's like it's awesome.
He looks like one of those fucking gremlins off of Harry Potter.
Literally.
Looks like a little gnomish.
It's funny.
You're not Irish, you're gnomish. It's funny.
He looks like Carson with glasses.
Shave the top of his head, you good to go.
Yeah.
In other news, just got my trust all signed up today.
Yes.
Oh hell
So
yeah.
it's all set to go. Officially have an established trust as of today. Highly recommend any of you who are married get a trust. It's called a living trust because a will can go through probate in Utah. So
It's
and
outrageous.
in other states. I don't know which ones. Just look it up.
I'll direct you to one of our. Was it last podcast or the podcast before? We talked about it. I think it was the podcast before because the one
Probably.
with Nathan
Yeah.
before we talked a lot about the trust.
Yeah.
Now it's way better than a will
Yes, way better than a will.
in Utah.
Yes, in Utah. So just got that all signed up. So now baby's taken care of when we go on vacation.
Just
Yeah.
perfect.
So as soon as you get married, Bess,
Mm-hmm.
that shit going.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Other than that, you guys got anything?
Not really.
No.
Hell yeah.
Might be gone for a couple weeks. I'll be gone hunting.
Yeah.
Tell you guys all about it when I get back.
Hell yeah. I won't be here next Monday.
Okay. So probably no podcast next Monday.
And then the next Monday after that's Halloween, right?
No.
No,
You'll
it's the
have-
one after that.
Right. That's right.
You might have two before that, right? Because next is not this Saturday, but next is the 15th. Then you'll have one more, and then the 31st.
Yeah. Yep. So we're not doing it next week. We'll be doing it the week after, and then we'll see about Halloween. Dave won't be here either of
Yeah.
those. So
I'll either be working Halloween or doing something else.
yeah,
It's a holiday.
we may get to find a guest. We'll figure it out.
Sweet.
Well, thanks guys for joining us.
Yes.
We'll see y'all next time.
Peace out.
Bye.
See ya.